Good morning, Summer. How are you, darling? You good? First and only one in today. How are you this morning, darling? Are you good? I've been messing about with the channel. I'm trying to get some really cool intros done. I really need to get a wriggle on. It's so frustrating because the weather's that bad that you can't even go out and do any droning. So I'm a bit frustrated about that, but never mind. Onwards and upwards with it all. You good? Yeah, it's nice and peaceful over here now, isn't it? I've managed to completely get rid of all the riffraff, I think, to come over and just have a nice quiet platform again. This was what I used to do when I actually first came over here. Even though I actually didn't, I was actually over here for quite about 6 months, I think I was, because I used to go into Tunes's chat before I even had before I even went live on channels and stuff. So I actually didn't even do lives over here when I first come over. I just used to sit and chat with Tunes and listen to Monk, I think it was, when I first come over. But yeah, when I first did lives, I was going to come and do crafting stuff. I was thinking about it the other day. I was going to come over here and just do like crafting stuff and that. I was just reading TNK message. He has left YouTube. See? Where's that? Is that on his page? I was watching all the madness that was going on YouTube. Well, it's quite crazy, really, isn't it? But I doubt he's left YouTube, to be honest with you. But let's have a look. Was it on? I don't know if I can even search it on here. Hang on. I'll have a look. Jimmy wants a hat. Hang on. I don't know if I can. What's it called? The Northern King, isn't it? The Northern King. I don't know if it'll come up. I don't know. It's not come up on my thing. I don't know what his handle name is. I have no idea. Yours is always peaceful, Sarah, due to his mental health. Oh, it's on Axel's, is it? I don't even know if I can get Axel's. What's his channel? I don't even know. I don't know all their handles. So, and I'm on this account now, so I don't know all the handles of all the old, platforms and that. So he's saying that it's due to his mental health. Oh, right. Okay. One of them ones, is it? All of a sudden, it's the mental health that's gone and all that, is it? Oh, hang on a minute. I might be able to do this. Let's have a look and see if I can. Oh, right. So, hang on. Let's turn. I don't really want to be playing all this crap over here. Where is he, in the comments, or did he post it? Hang on. Lost. Is it on his posts? Oh, here you go. Yes. Oh, I see what you mean. So the channel's actually, he's taken the channel down. Oh, well, you know why that is. Oh, shut up, Sarah. Oh, do you know what, Summer? Hi, Joe. How are you, darling? There's only 4 of you in here, so I can kind of speak a bit freely-ish. There's a hell of a lot of stuff going on YouTube at the moment. And some people think, how can I say this? Oh, so difficult to say this without saying it. How can I say this? So, right. Right, because there's so much stuff going on YouTube at the moment, right? And you've got everybody's kind of like, there's lots of people falling out with different people and blah blah blah, and you've now got loads of people reporting each other, right? But the people, one set of people who think they're reporting, right, and think that it's them, it's not just them. There's other sets of people, and a lot of it is coming from YouTube, i.e., there is stuff going on definitely with the Facebook people, but a lot of the reports are also coming from YouTube. Oh, it's so involved. It's so involved. So, anyways, he's probably, because people look like, everybody's not stupid, right? Okay, so I'll tell you. So I didn't know Chris's channel got shut down. That one I didn't know about, but GC, Frosty, me, Chris, who I didn't know about. Who's the other one? Nathan. And there's two more. Who are the other two? Oh, who are the other two? There was another two people. Everybody has all been being mass reported, right? Like across the board. There's apparently a lot of mass reports going on. So I suspect, although I don't know, that because obviously T&K and Axel have really upset many people, many people on the internet. You know, I mean, there's one thing that I can say with absolute certainty, and that is we all don't like each other. Like, we're all having our back and forths on, well, I'm not having back and forths with people on Facebook anymore. I long stopped that. But we all don't like each other. But one thing we do have in common is we all don't like Axel and T&K. That's one thing for sure, is we definitely don't like the pair of them. But I think there's a massive group of people now that are going at them, not Facebook people, YouTube people now, that are all going at each other over there. So I think probably his channel's being reported, so that's why he's closed it, because he probably doesn't want to lose his channel. Well, listen, everybody's it's like I say, it's not just it's some people think that they're doing something, right? But it's not just them that are doing it, it's other people. It's very involved. It's extremely involved. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's gone pretty quiet. There's lots of people not doing lives anymore. This is why I decided, you know what, seeing as because my channel got absolutely battered, but mine wasn't just coming from like one set, it was coming from two sets of different people. The same set that is also determined to take all the Facebook lockdown. So it's not just, it's not just Facebook, that there's a lot of YouTube side of people that are absolutely determined to get rid of all the Facebook lot. So we're getting battered as well. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody seems to think that it's gone down this reporting road, and everybody's reporting, not me, because I don't do that fucking shit. I haven't got time for it. But yeah, a lot of it is coming from the YouTube side. So yeah, what will happen in the end is they're all gonna do it to each other. They'll all end up mass reporting each other and all that. So I think he's probably shut his page down because he doesn't want to get it closed down. I didn't hide I hid my page in the end because it was getting absolutely, when I say battered, I mean absolutely battered. That's how I know it wasn't just coming from one set of people. Because it was, I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, that's why I thought there's no point. There was just no point. It was no point in using it, because once it's reported, that's it. You don't get that outreach. You don't get that outreach. It slows the algorithm down, so it's just pointless using it. It's just when I say pointless, I mean absolutely pointless. That's why I say that page is gone. That page is over, finished, gone, or channel, whatever. I always say page because we come from Facebook, so that one's absolutely done. And that's why I thought, because I was coming over here anyway in June. I was always going to come over here in June for the World Cup. So So I've just been pushed a little bit nearer to it, if you know what I mean. So I'm coming over here a lot sooner than I was going to. So it really doesn't mean any odds to me. And like I say, I'm not really bothered. I'm certainly not bothered in the Facebook rubbish. I left that long ago, but I'm not going to lie. I have been quite interested in watching all the stuff that's been going over on YouTube. With everybody at the moment, it's all crazy. But what can I say? You know, I spent 2 years on here telling people X, Y, and Z, and you know, it was all right when Axel was doing it all to me, you know, and Pads. It's all right when he was sitting there out in stuff about me and Pads and all this kind of stuff, and you know. But now everybody wants everybody to join up in forces to all go at each other, you know. Well, where was you lot? Where was you lot a year ago when he was doing it to me? You didn't want to join up in forces. In fact, you all turned around and said, we don't want to get involved in Facebook drama, whilst using your own platform to out people from Facebook. But yet you want people to join together and rally together with you all to take down people when you weren't doing it a year ago. It's crazy, isn't it? That's the reason I have moved away as well. It's another reason for, you know, just taking the channel down, because what's the point? That channel was there, and that channel's just, you know, it's just full on drama. So the only way to stop it is to just hide the whole lot of it, come away, and then do my own thing and stay away from all that madness. But believe me, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. But I say there's this Facebook stuff that have gone on between Facebookers and stuff. But believe me when I tell you, they don't want any of us over here. And like I say, the one thing we all have in common, from our side, is that we don't like him. That's one thing we definitely all have in common. I know that for a fact. Well, unless of course, like Chris and Kay and them lot have miraculously made up with Axel. I don't know. The last time I saw them, they definitely didn't like him. I know I didn't. So let's say that's one thing we've all got in common, right? So I'm just reading this message. Message. Oh, good. This is hard for me to write, but I need to be honest. I recently had some bad news about my health. Oh, here we go. Didn't he do that before? And right now it needs to be my fault. Yeah, what a load of bollocks. Sorry, but it is. I don't have the strength or headspace to keep it alongside everything else, especially when it's. You had the strength though before to do it all, when you was all sitting there with your little lackey going at me. Toxic drama that comes with it. Yes, I'm to blame for my share of it. Thyroid diagnosis. I've got an enlarged thyroid. So, service time I'm being real. They've nearly broken me, haven't they? Who's they? They've nearly broken him mentally and physically, but it was all right when your pal was trying to break me mentally. Yeah, it's about right. I've been fighting battles quite a time. Constantly angry. No, it's probably more than likely. I would have thought, because all of our channels are getting pounded, all of them. And like I say, you all think that it's coming from one place, and I'm telling you, it's not. The YouTube people do not want us here. They don't want us here. Facts. I just want to I want to apologise to anyone I hurt or offended along the way. I'm a human. I made mistakes. Never want to harm anyone. Right now, I need to step away and focus on surviving and getting myself right. I wish nothing but the best. Yeah. Yeah, his page is getting battered by the sounds of it. Like everybody else's page is getting battered. But believe me, I can categorically tell you, ain't coming from my side. That's for sure. Everybody knows. Everybody always knows. Reporting pages and channels and stuff like that is really weak, and it's pointless. It's pointless, because if people really want to come back, they'll come back anyway. So all that all that mad behaviour, like I say, is frigging pointless. But I do know that Lord don't want us there at all. And like I say, that's the one thing that we all have in common. The only thing I think us from Facebook actually have in common is that we really don't all like Axel, Kay, and all that side. So yeah, use your brains a bit more. Use your brains, really have a think, and then you might actually work out what's really going on behind the scenes. But yeah, I would say that that's just, he doesn't want to lose his page. Definitely. Hi, Nicky Noodles. Good morning. He's been giving many months and now wants him, but I know. Yeah. I mean, obviously there's loads of stuff going on about he said, she said, and I have been, that's the only thing I have been watching. It's like I said, the Facebook stuff, I don't even watch any of them anymore. None of them. But the last few days, oh yeah, GC's page got battered as well. So did Frosty's. You just only got to look at all the people's pages who's been reported, right? And look who's still standing. Work it out. It doesn't take long. Oh, I think even apparently Andy's page got battered as well. Apparently Andy's page got battered. Everybody's pages. It's not just one. It's not coming from one thing. You've got to open your eyes, look a bit further afield, and just look at whose pages aren't being battered. Think about it. And I'll leave it there, because everybody else's is absolutely, they're all getting battered. So yeah, I would say that that's probably full and foremost, he wants to save his page, because he's probably getting battered by I guess probably by the YouTube lot, because Frosty's, I think, because I was watching GC and Frosty. Oh, when was it? When was it was a couple of days ago, I think it was. And it was all kind of like kicking off and everything over there. And then he was live, and then Frosty said that he got a strike or something, and then I think and then when he came, so he was live, it went, and then he came back and he said he'd got a strike, and he said that apparently GC had also got a strike, or his page has been reported, one of the two. So yeah, all of our pages are being absolutely battered, but who's still standing? Not difficult to work out, is it? Who's been sitting there playing video games and not doing lives? Can't get reported for playing video games, can you? Can't, can you? If somebody's battering your page, sit there, play computer games all day. Nobody's doing any harm on those pages, on those lives, are they? Keep going with those lives. It's not difficult, is it? You can pinpoint out only one that's wanting to survive. It's not difficult, is it? It's not. It's so obvious. It's just, I can see what you've got right. A lot of people probably don't know. My actual channel was getting battered long before, even it was quite a while before Christmas. That's when mine started getting battered. Was quite a while before Christmas. So yeah, it started way back. Now it's coming. That's why I'm saying to you, it's two sets of people. It's not one, and it's the same two sets of people that will be battering all the others. And like I say, they don't want us there. It's side picking, isn't it? It's, you've got to pick a side. And the funny thing is, it makes me really laugh that everybody's all running around to Paddy, going to Paddy. Oh, you're going to come and help us, you're going to come support us, or rally around. But yet, where was all these people there when I was saying it about them all that time ago? Didn't rally around me, did they? So why would you think that we should rally around you lot? And especially when, our pages are getting battered left, right, and centre. Why would we want to do that? Nicky Doodles. Oh, he's the only one that's not getting battered. Everybody else is. Everybody else is. He's the only one that's not. And like I say, it's not just one set of people that are battering them. It's so obvious. It like you don't have to be a genius to work out where it's all coming from and what's all happening. But you know, the only thing I can tell you is it definitely ain't coming from our side, that's for sure. And the reason I know that is because we're too fucking busy in real life. And when I say too busy, I mean really busy in real life. So it ain't coming from us. You got to have time on your hands to sit down and fucking report pages. That's weak reporting. And I mean anybody that does it to anybody's page. I'm not just saying about mine. I'm saying in general, the reporting side of it's just weak. And all you do is ruin your, it ruins the whole, or for want of better word, community, because it's not really a community over here. It's not really. Everybody just jumps ship left, right, and centre every day, don't they? You get 1 minute they're all friends, next minute they're not, then they are. It's mad. I've never seen people jump ship and have, so much than I have with the people over on YouTube. It's pretty mad. So yeah, I would say personally that is to save his page. And I don't know about these. I mean, how long has everybody been talking about these, what were they, WhatsApp messages? How long have people been talking about them for? Ages ago. I mean, the funny thing is as well, when it all first came out, if everybody remembers, and I still have all my lives as well, because I had to download all of my lives and then delete them. So I've got all of my lives now. And funny enough, there was a live I did not that long ago. And it was actually about the messages, if everybody remembers, and nobody wanted to get involved then when they came out and actually defended GC and said, I think he's being used as a bit of a scapegoat on what's gone on, if everyone remembers. And then Baz came at me, like proper came at me in the comments and going, can you stick up for GC? And he's now sitting there talking to him. So do you see what I mean? You can't get involved in arguments when 1 minute someone doesn't like them and the next minute they do. I'm not like that. I'm consistent. I'm afraid I'm consistent. I'm not going to go and sit and talk to somebody after they've, been a idiot. Real people have real lives. I know we do, don't we? People do have real lives. Morning, Joe. How are you, darling? You good? I'm just discussing the antics of the internet, what's been going on over the last week or so. But yeah, that was always going to happen. Now I'm not surprised at that at all. Not surprised at all. But I really do genuinely think that's to save page. And like I say, what are you going to do? Who are the ones that are left standing and aren't getting their pages battered? The one person who obviously, has heaved off quite a few people on over the last year or so, still there in it. Would be surprised if it's him reporting frigging Gate, along with probably loads of others, because let's face it, I suppose he's really irritated quite a few people. But yeah, this is why I'm over here staying out of all of this stuff. I just, obviously we're all interested in this at the moment, but I mean, in general, I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie and say that I do, but in general, I don't really care because, I said all this a long time ago and nobody was joining forces and nobody from YouTube wanted to know then. So what can I say? No. If they would have all done this, was it 6 months ago, maybe? maybe not as much as 6 months ago, but if they would have all done this 6 months ago, then maybe it would be different now. Maybe they wouldn't be at this point on YouTube because it would have been dealt with 6 months ago. It would have been sorted 6 months ago, but now they're at this point where, you know, they're all, they're all reporting each other's channels left, right, and centre. And believe me, if you think that it's just, if there's a group of people that think it's just them that's reporting, I'm telling you for a fact it's not. There's a few people that are all doing it. I might say there's a lot of it's coming from YouTube side. Ain't coming from Facebook side. That's for sure. They change loyalties, alliances more than they can change their underwear. It's true. That's why I don't bother anymore, Joe. Since coming over here, I've seen a hell of a lot of people for who they really are, I'm one of those people that I just kind of leave people to it. If anyone notices, anybody that I've not liked, or we've fallen out or whatever, I don't then go back and start. You know me. I won't go and sit and write in comments. I just have nothing to do with them. I just walk away. If they've done something, or I see them moving in a way that's a bit sly or snaky, I'm one of those people that if somebody does something to you once, they're going to do it to you again. So all the forgiveness stuff, I'm not really into all that. I find it very difficult to forgive. I just think, no, if you've done it once, you're going to do it again. And I'm not going to be, do you know what I mean? What's that saying? Fool me once, what's it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, in it, or something like that. I can't remember what the saying is. But yeah, I don't give my loyalty to anyone on YouTube. No, I know the best way to be, Nikki Noodles. The best way to be is if you want to just sit and have a platform where you genuinely just want to come out and have a chinwag with people, like have a coffee morning chinwag, and you're not bothered about, all of this madness going on. And because you've got to remember, there's a lot of huge egos on the internet. They all tend to be male, but there's a lot of huge male egos on the internet that are all fighting for top spot, main page, loads of views, and if you're not interested in that and you just want to do something, then the best way to do it is just come away from it, leave that crap behind, and then come do your own thing. And to be fair, I've actually been doing that. This is why I'm still a bit miffed as to why I've been dragged into the whole thing with this people reporting shit, because I've not done that, and I've actually stayed out of all of it. Facebook side, YouTube side of it. I lost interest in it all back in October. That's when I lost interest in it all, was back in October, when I kind of realised that people really are interested more in the drama than they are about anything else, even though they say they're not interested in the drama, they are. And that's when I was like, I just can't be bothered with all of this stuff. And that's me, out. So yeah, I wasn't really, and I wasn't getting it, I wasn't doing the whole, I mean, I stopped doing all the madness lives 7, I think, because I've had to download all my lives. I think it was about 7, 8 months ago. It was back in the summer. It was back at the beginning of summer last year. That's when I decided to stop all the, Friday night lives and drinking and all that. So it's been a long time. So I wasn't really, not that I'm ever interested about views and pages anyway. Everyone knows this. I'm quite happy sitting here on this one, which is nice and quiet and peaceful, and just doing my coffee mornings, having a chinwag for an hour and then going, that's all I do now. And it's if I get a free time and stuff. So yeah, I wasn't involved in any of all this stuff, or from both sides. I just decided to just go, that's it. I'm not getting involved in any of it anymore. Not interested. Hi, Jet B. And that was it. So I don't know why, why really. Well, I suppose I've been collateral damage, I guess. I suppose it's like it's collateral damage, isn't it? When everybody's all going mad at each other and they all don't like each other, you just get dragged in, you know. So yeah, but like I say, I wasn't the last few lies I'd done on the other one were just all chatting. I think I had Let's on. We was just chatting about just normal stuff though, not like drama stuff. Nathan sometimes pops on and we just chat about, you know, nothing to do with anything to do with the internet. So yeah, I don't know why I really got dragged into it, to be fair, but like I say, it is what it is. I'm much happier sitting over here now, just chilling and doing my own little thing, and just ignoring all the rest of the stuff that goes on. Apart from obviously, you know, it is interesting. I mean, everybody's going to be looking at it all now, aren't they? But yeah, that definitely be because of trying to save the page. I mean, the one thing I do know about him is he just really doesn't want his page. Like his page is the most important thing to him. Bit like he's a little bit like Andy. Andy's no different. He's another one that wanted to, as soon as he came over. Mind you, having said that, if you look at Andy now compared to what he was like when we first came over, because I brought Andy over to YouTube. But when he first came over, if you actually look at pictures of Andy when he first came onto YouTube, and you look at pictures of him now, and you look at the difference in him, he looks awful. He looks awful. You know, he looks like he's got the world of the weight, you know, what's it? Weight of the world of the weight, whatever it is, on his shoulders. He looks not well again. And that's what YouTube's done to him. Because it ain't us. But that's what YouTube's done to him. But if you look at pictures where he first came on, he's completely different now to when he first came onto the platform. He looks ill. You don't have the attention. You don't have the attention span to sit and watch people. Yeah, no, I don't. No, I don't like I say the YouTube drama. Yeah, I've definitely watched a lot of that over the past week or two, but no, I ain't got the time to sit down and listen to people waffling on about the same old crap that they have been for the last 4 years, and I just gets bored. It does. It gets really, really boring. I like Andy, but don't like the way he's been manipulated. See, you're all wrong. You're all so, so wrong. He's not being manipulated by anybody. He's just not. He's so much cleverer than you lot think. He really is. Take it from somebody who's known him a very long time. He's not stupid. He's really clever. He's really clever. Andy plays the game. Andy also, oh, you just got to let other people find out for themselves, haven't you? That's the only way to do it. He's always wanted a platform. He came over with me. I'm the one that brought him over here. I'm the one that fucking set him up to do a channel. Yeah, I'm the one that set him up to do the channels because he wanted to build a page. He wanted a monetized channel. And then when he first came over, we shared it. Andy used to come and sit on mine. I used to plug his channel left, right, and center. I used to sit on Andy's channel when he had 11 people. I was the one that was doing all that. Morning, the Exposer. I was the one that done all that. And then he shat on all of us from a great height. Yeah. And he also absolutely used Agent X. He used her. See, Agent X is really good at like sharing channels. She's pretty clued up. She's really clued up on how to boost up algorithms, and she is pretty clued up on that. And if anybody actually built Andy's channel, Agent X did. That's a fact. That is a fact. And then what did he do to her? Exactly the same as we did to us. Exactly the same, you know? So, but you have to let people find out for themselves. He's not stupid. Do you know that he builds computers? Do you know Andy actually builds computers? He builds hard drives. I bet no one knew that. He actually builds his own hard drives as well. He's not stupid. He's far from fucking stupid. Just because he's got a brain injury doesn't mean that he's like simple or backward. And he may talk slightly, slow or whatever, but he'll be riding off the back of anybody that's lending him money or doing things for him. And then when you're not doing it, or when I mean, I don't really know what happened with him and Agent, but I would imagine it would have been over a certain somebody, the same person that it was with us, because that's what happened with us. Just shone straight away. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was to do with money. Not with Agent, I mean with the other one that, we fell out with him over. I would say that, because I've noticed a pattern with certain people on the internet, and a lot of it is to do with money, paying people. Lend us a tenner, I'll lend you a tenner back. All right, good morning, Ebenezer Red Splat. How are you, darling? You good? Oh, absolutely, Nick. Absolutely, Nick. Do you know, I was going to buy him. So when he was doing, this is another thing as well, because this is one thing I am hearing, something to do with him talking about driving lessons. I don't know if this is true actually, or whether it's not. I don't know. But about this driving lessons, he didn't pay for any driving lessons. His pal was giving him driving lessons. It was his pal, and his pal was actually really nice. It was Irish guy. He was really nice. I spoke to him a couple of times, and it was him that was actually teaching Andy to drive. Andy never had to pay a fucking bean for driving lessons, but they fell out over a parking ticket. Oh, and the thing was, he was failing for, quite bad things, like curbing the car and things like that. So I offered to buy him, like one of those steering wheel things. I offered to buy him one of those so that he could sit at home and go online. You can go online and drive online. You can learn how to drive. You need one of those steering wheels and pedal things. I offered to buy him one of those because I said, I think it's safer that you just do it in the house. I'm not going to lie. I did. I was like, I think it's safer that you do it in the house rather than be out on the road. So I even offered to buy him one of those. I bought him when we were going to do originally, because so we did Cheltenham, right? Andy bets, and I always have a bet on, the big things, the World Cup and, all of those. That's the only time I have a bet. And we were going to do Cheltenham, we were going to do Ascot, and I bought him a Peaky Blinders cap and a thing. I never actually got to send it to him in the end because he said something really bad about Paddy and then wished me to unalive myself. It all really did kind of kick off. So it never carried on. In fact, we was calling ourselves at the time Squeaky Blinders. In fact, Pez was there. That was before everybody knew that Pez was an actual wrong one. But yeah, we did. Nick, we did. This is what I mean. Me and Andy used to have a right laugh with each other. Like, we did. But it was genuine. It was so genuine. And we did have a laugh with each other, and we knew how to bounce off each other and that. But when you've known somebody that long and then they literally dump on you from a great height, you've got to remember Axel at the time was out there actively with the Facebook lot, and the amount of shit. Not that I care. I mean, I don't care what he exposed. There's nothing out there that I wouldn't even expose myself if I could. But he was doing all this stuff, and Andy just sat there literally backing him over the people that he'd known for years. And, you know, to me, that's inexcusable behaviour when you've known somebody a long time, when they've done nothing but be nice to you, nothing but help. And I'm not saying that you can't speak to people, other people. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, if somebody has done, you know, something like what he was doing and what he was saying, but then Andy came out and told me to unalive myself, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times. So, you know, it's, you have to let people find out for themselves. That's the only way you can do it. And as much as people keep saying, "Oh, poor him," when you've known him the amount of times that we have, then you really understand he's not stupid. Believe me, far from it. If he can get anybody to do anything for him, he'll do it. That's, you know, like one of those people that will sit there and poor me type thing. He'll do that just to see if somebody will help him out or do something for him, or do you know what I mean? In that sense. So yeah. I remember that you saying he oh yeah, yeah, I did. I was really nice to him. I was nothing but nice to him all the way through when he had his injury. Um, well, prior to that, Paddy really did back him up with the Ryan situation. That was before he had his injury. That was before he got the brain damage. Um, the brain damage actually came after that incident. He was on his bike and he crashed into a tree. But that was actually after he didn't have the brain damage when he knew with the whole Ryan stuff. Ryan battered him. That obviously didn't do his head any good. I'm not sure whether it was with I don't know. I can't really remember, but yeah. But the brain injury didn't come till afterwards. And we was all there. He used to come in my crafting groups. All the girls used to sit there, you know, support him. And, you know, we've been there, we've done it on the T-shirt. Everybody else here is 10 years behind us all, so they'll find out. Morning, Sarah. How are you, darling? You good? Thought I'd come say hello. Everyone is a flip-flop. Yes, that's true. Yeah, everybody is. Friends don't say that. No, they don't. No, no, they don't. But he has got a real nasty streak. It's just that he's very good at controlling his nasty streak, Andy is. Doesn't take much to bring it out though. But you know, it's like I say, the only thing they care about, remember I go back to the original thing, and that's men and their big egos on the internet. It's all about pages, control, you know, and that's all they care. If his page went tomorrow and he had to start again, do you think anybody would care? Do you think they would really care? No. If they stop lending each other money, that, you know, it'll all come out eventually, whether it's a month, whether it's 2, whether it's 6, you know the way it goes, won't last long. And that's what I mean, how you can just like throw away all those years of friendship for nothing. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Some people are like that. Can sit with people for a long time and then, you know, and be nice and sit and chat and everything, and then the next minute they're sitting with the people that real life you and talked about your son. That's, you know, again, that's another one. And so it's amazed me over here, just literally how many people that you had, you know, when you think, oh, I got them so wrong. I thought they were really cool, but I got them so wrong. So now I do probably exactly the same as everybody else. I don't think I would say it to an enemy. No, I wouldn't. I'm not that type of a person. I'm not, you know, I'm not nasty like that in that sense. The only ones, I mean, me and the only one I can honestly say where we was constantly at each other every Friday night was me and Romeo. That went on for ages, but that's all long gone now. You know, that all stopped a long time ago. And he plays dummy, but no, he's not. He's never done anything to me personally, but he's shown yeah, definitely. Yeah. But do you know what, Sarah, I was saying as well? If you look at pictures of Andy when he came over with me originally, if you actually look at old lives when he came over with me, he actually was, he looked really, he looked quite well. But if you look at him now, 2 years from that down the line, he looks really ill now. He really doesn't look well. I have to say, I don't even know if anybody's got an old live from him, but I just know that I saw him live the other day, whenever it was. I can't remember when I came out and did a live. It was a good few weeks back, and that was the first time I'd seen him for a while. So yeah, and I just thought, blimey, he just doesn't look well, does he? He looks really ill. But like I say, own fault. You made your bed, you have to lie in it, don't you? So, who do we think's going to get it next then now? Like, if the Northern King is now hanging up his hat because he wants wants to save his page, who's going to get it? I know who's going to get it. I know who they're going to pick on next. You all become the company you keep. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, all day long, bongs, 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 bongs. I mean, he's always been a smoker. To be fair, he's never not. He's always been a smoker, Andy hasn't that. But he just, you just look at him and you can tell that he really doesn't look well compared to what, like say, he did when he came over with me. So I just leave them all to it. That's the best thing to do. Leave them all to it. Leave them all to get on with it. Let them all fight their own. Let them all fight their own battles. Like I say, I remember them all saying, "We don't get involved in the Facebook stuff." All these Facebookers, they're just drama. But all I'm seeing the last 2-3 weeks is drama, 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 drama from the YouTube lot. So they ain't no different. Where's the difference? There isn't any, is there? He was sub with anyone who can bring him views, and yeah, no, he can get the most out of. Exactly. There you go. And that's Jo. She's known him a long time as well. I think I better stop hanging out with Cat. Meow. Yeah, you do become the company you keep. But yeah, I think a lot of people do. It's amazing the amount of people that actually do. But yeah, this platform really now it's gone, isn't it? It's absolutely gone. But yeah, definitely. I think the thing is though, when they used to do like when he had his lives and that, and he was doing them all, and they was all right when they was sitting there going at 1,000,001 people on their lives. Do you know what I mean? Literally going, at everybody else. But then when tables turn, but then like I say, nobody wanted to know. And I told everybody all about this fucking year ago. But everybody sat there. In fact, half of the people that are sitting there now were all sitting with him when he was sitting there. But I noticed I'm really not that important over here. That's what I mean. I'm seriously not important, because if I was, then I'd definitely be hearing people mentioning the fact that, well, hang on a minute. Sarah did say that. And yeah, nothing's been mentioned. So I just think, oh, okay. But you all want Pads to come over and I'll back you up. Maybe the YouTubers should have fucking listened to me when I came over here right from the get-go. Right from the get-go when I came over here. Maybe they should have all listened to me right back then, and then maybe things would be completely different now. Who knows? They'll never know, will they? They will never, ever know. Give me the days back we can have a good row, then just move on. Yeah. Well, I think, do you know what? I think it was like that on every platform. I think it was like that on Facebook. I think it was like it on YouTube. But like, I genuinely think it was like that on every, across the board. And it's just as the years have gone on and the same behavior has gone on, people have got bored, and the internet's got better, and it's easier now to find out people's information and life, and that's probably what's ruined it on across every platform now. I mean, TikTok, I don't even care to watch that side of it, because that's 10 times worse than most of the platforms, with the way they all are, and the people that are actually on there as well with these big platforms are just absolute walking disasters. I think that's why people watch them. And I mean, you look at them and their whole lives are completely turned upside down. They all claim to be making massive amounts of money, but yet they're all still in the same place going nowhere, because the internet's moved on that much, and the tools are there to be able to help people do all these bad things to each other. So that's really what's changed, is the access to information now. It's so easy, and that's what's done it. And that's why you can't do this whole having a good row and then moving forward, because you have a row and it's always met with real life and this and that. And I don't think anybody on these platforms is ever going to have a decent platform. Do you know what I mean? Nobody's going to have a decent platform on here. It's always going to be drama, because that's where people gravitate to. It's pointless. So yeah. So there you go. So then that now is the big platform that was over here. Now he's not doing lives anymore. So that's that platform gone. So where's it going to go next? Where do we think? Do we think that it's going to go over to the platform that, surprisingly enough, has stayed up and has not been reported? Who's now playing computer games on his platform? Do we think it's going to be that one next? Or will Tunes take over? What do we think? I think if I had to have a bet on it, I would say probably Tunes' channel. Although I guess I don't know if his is being reported either, but I guess it probably won't be long. That's what will happen on here. The platforms it will just all die down. What was this church? Oh, there's loads of people that have written in the comments. I'll have a look at all the people that have put in there. God, I don't know who half those people are, to be fair. Who's that? Blimey, there's a lot of older. Oh, I suppose I'm old now. there's a lot of older people over there, aren't there? Right, attention span's gone. Take care, Nix. Have a lovely day, Don. It's Saturday today as well. Have a lovely Saturday. What's the time? I only do an hour, don't I? I only do an hour. I was actually going to come out and talk about what I've got lined up, but I have to do that another time now. Yeah, I do an hour now, and then that's it. I stick to an hour, and then I say au revoir, because I just haven't got the time to sit here and talk for hours and hours and hours on end. I think we've pretty much summed it up, haven't we, in an hour? I'm pretty sure within the next couple of days there'll be a load more stuff that will be going on. But one thing I do know is he's taken himself out of the equation. So the focus, they're going to have to focus their attention on doing something to someone else now, aren't they? Because that's the way the internet works. So yeah, somebody else will be getting the wrath of what he should have got. Nobody's ever going to know. Nobody's ever going to know. Although I did hear GCN, I bet everybody now is like wanting to know what's going to happen on is it the 31st or something? Yes, she's good, Summer, really good. Yeah, everybody will be wanting to know what's going to happen on the 31st, because apparently something's happening on the 31st. So that'll be the next thing. But do I think that the real nitty gritty of everything is going to be outed? No, I don't think it will. That's why there's no point in getting involved in all of this malarkey. Just stay out of it. Let them all argue amongst themselves. I need to go and get myself some more Costa coffee, the cold coffee. Hello, Charlie Brown. Found you eventually. Well, I've actively not shared this channel out. I haven't, I haven't shared this channel out amongst pages, and but this is where I'm going to be from now on, and we're going to be doing other stuff like sports. I'm here a lot sooner. I wasn't supposed to be over here until June, Charlie. So I'm over here a lot sooner than I am. So I'm really unprepared. But yeah, I've not actively shared it, just literally because there's no point. I'm not going to be doing drama. I'm not going to be letting anybody on here to discuss whatever it is they're all doing. I'm just not interested in it. I want to do a whole new fresh start, fresh people, different people, which will be coming over here, definitely, that's for sure. But yeah, a whole fresh thing away from all of that stuff. Leave them to it and let them get on with whatever it is they're going to get on with. Morning, Peggy. How are you, darling? You good? I've literally got about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to do the Frank the Buff. My normal Frank the Buff. I was just looking, somebody had said that there was a post and T&K has left the building like Elvis. Too much toxicity on channels now. Yes. Waste of time. Absolute waste of time. They're all gonna ruin each other's platforms. That's pretty obvious. Like I say, they're all trying to ruin ours. So yeah, they'll end up ruining themselves in the end. But all I'm going to say is, remember, with all of this and with all this reporting that's going on the internet at the moment, yes, there's lots of different people reporting, but all you've got to do is look at the person and find out who's left. Who are the ones that are left out of all of these? Well, he's taken himself out of the equation now, so if his page was getting reported, it won't be now, will it? I guess he's hidden it. So that one's gone. So he'll save that. And then you've got the right hand man, haven't you? Still up, still going strong. While everybody else is getting absolutely battered. So yeah, just think about it. Use your heads, think about it. It's not difficult. And if there are people out there who are sitting and reporting, and you think that you're the only ones doing it on here, I'm going to say it again, you're not, because that side there of YouTube do not want Facebook on here at all. Especially as I think none of us are going to be getting involved in all that crap. Can't blame us, really. I mean, you can't blame us because, so I say, you didn't want to get involved a year ago when all this was going on. So, you can't really sit there and go, oh, well, do you know what I mean? Because if, you didn't want to know all that time ago. Anyways, enough about that. Enough about that rubbish. Let them all get on with it. I'm pretty sure that probably the weekend will be full of fun and games. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably watch if there's anything kicking off this evening. Normally it's the night time that I get to watch stuff. So if there's anything kicking off this evening, I'm sure I'll have a little watch of it. But yeah, other than that, I need to do. I've still got a few. I've got pictures to do. I'm just waiting for this bloody weather to sort itself out so that I can go out and do some droning. I'm really frustrated with the weather at the moment because it's been terrible down here for the last week. It's just like, that cloudy, rainy, crappy weather. It's really like you just can't do anything in it. Mind you, we've got this, haven't we, now through till February. When does it start getting nice? Like end of March, beginning of April, isn't it? Normally like towards Easter. Do you know they've put all the Easter stuff? Do you know they've put all the Easter stuff out already? So I know that they put Valentine's stuff out, but all the Easter stuff's out. I was in where was it? Home Bargains yesterday. Oh, and the other one. What's the other one? Home Bargains and B&M. And like literally, when I say they've got the Easter stuff out, it's not just little bits. They used to just put like a little tiny few shelves out. They've got whole racks of Easter stuff out. It's crazy. It's always been oh, I don't watch them. The only ones that I've watched recently has been Frosty and GC. I tend not to watch him and and Andy and all of them. I'm not interested. There's a lot of people I'm not interested in, but I'm only interested in this because it's just like I say, Charlie. A year ago, I was out here saying all this stuff, and nobody was interested. No one was interested. Nobody wanted to know. Nobody rallied about. Just sat there and watched him do what he did to me, whilst sitting there saying we don't get involved. That's what they did. That's what they did over there. We don't get involved in Facebook stuff whilst having Facebook people on there and getting information from them at the same time. So, it's always been vile, but nobody really was that interested in getting involved back then. So it's like I say, I'm only interested in it now because I'm sitting there and I'm listening to things and I'm thinking to myself, oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, told you that ages ago, so that's the only reason. But I can't, everybody knows my stance on that. I don't like him. That's the answer. And that's me being nice about it. Because I could say some really choice words, but no, I don't. I didn't. And the one that's just left as well, didn't like him either. I said this a long time ago. If everyone remembers, I knew something wasn't right with them too from the get go, right from the get go. Him and the fake relationship that they seem to portray on the internet. I cannot understand his popularity. No, it's all. I'll tell you why, Charlie. It's all to do with pages. It's that the whole thing all boils down to pages and numbers. That's fundamentally what it's all about. And people feel safety in numbers. So that's why they gravitate to any page. They might not, half of them probably don't even like the host. This is a fact. Probably not even, they don't even care for the host at all. It's just the fact that if there's a big page and there's a lot of people on it and they're all sort of going down the same road and sticking up for the same, cause or whatever, then they're going to do that because, like I say, it's safety in numbers. How many people do you actually see that go live and that will actually come out and say what they think? Half of these people just all people that sit in comments and comment all the time, and they don't do lives, because they're just too shit scared to. Don't want to get real lifed, So they just sit in comments where it's nice and safe, and there's lots of people all backing each other up, and then, like I say, it's safety in numbers. But then what happens is when it all turns, the tables all turn, then people jump ship. But because if they think that there's going to be safety in numbers somewhere else, they'll go and sit with those numbers. Because again, they don't want to get, they don't want to be subjected to being bullied or harassed or, real life or anything like that. So they'll just go and sit over with the people that they think, you know, are safe. That's always the way it's worked, I think. No, 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 I'm not having a pop, Charlie. I'm not having a pop, darling. I'm just sort of saying that's why they get the popularity. It's not so much because they're liked, it's just because people feel better with safety in numbers, you know. Nice quiet coffee morning. Yeah, well, I didn't really want to talk about any of this, but you know, why not? We've had an hour on it now anyway, but I won't be talking about it again. So we'll go back to our normality. We'll go back to our normality of sorting out. And I really need to get a wriggle on. I really need to get a wriggle on. I might do a bit of crafting later on. I feel like I need to have a little bit of a chill out heads. Sometimes like when you've whatever hobby you've got. If anyone's got hobbies, I don't know, cars, whatever. Sometimes when you feel like you just need to do a bit of hobbying, that's what I feel like I need to do. A little bit of hobbying, but yeah. Right, I'm going to say goodbye because I've been on here an hour now, and it's been a pleasure chatting to everybody. And yeah, I am going to try and get these structured lives in over here. It just takes ages. I forgot how long it takes doing all these things, doing all these videos, setting everything up. I just forgotten it does. It takes such a long time and a massive amount of effort to, start up a page again. But I mean not like a banter page or, like we had before. I'm talking about like an actual page. Like what I did with the crafting ones as well, because I've got quite a few crafting pages. It does take so much of your time. I forgot just how long, but yeah, it'll be fun. We'll get back to how we were before, and we'll be able to do some fun lives again, which I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to more, is doing all these real fun lives. So and all the segments, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a laugh. Right, everybody, it's been a pleasure talking to you all. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday, and I may do a live later. I'll see how I feel, and if not, I'll probably see you next week. So try not to get dragged in too much to all the madness on the internet. Just let them all get on with it. Let them all get on with it. That's my advice. Stay away. Just watch from the sidelines and let them all get on with it. Right, everybody, have a fantastic Saturday. Take care.